Okay, welcome everyone back to Starsector. This is a few moments after the last video. I don't know how long I'm going to put between these videos, whether it be a week or whether it be a couple of days like the Solaris one. Doesn't really matter. But we're back. We're safe. Everything's good. We did not make a profit before, and the last planet we try and run to is also kind of scary. So at the moment, we're going back to our original plan of exploring and trying to find ourselves a home. That's cool. Industrial ruins, pretty far out, and extensive ruins. It's not a place for a first base, but it is a place for a base. So that is very good right there. So it's not great for now, but for later, this planet could be very important to me. Alright, perform a survey again. More industrial rooms. This is the second time I've found 2 industrial ruins in the same place. That is fantastic. Also, VPC combat package. This game has ground-based fighting stuff, right? And this package basically just produces an unlimited number of marines and heavy machinery for me. It is a fantastic package for me to have if I'm ever planning on trying to take anyone over. In fact, while this is not as far out as I want it to be, setting up somewhere over here may not be a bad thing, because the closer I can be to this Brick Breaker's capital, the more likely it is that I can actually do something to stop it. So I will remember that Ishtar is there, and we will colonize it one day. But for now, I'm going to keep moving down this general vicinity. If we're lucky, we'll even find a cryo sleeper or something to help make our colonies better, but not too many. I'd rather just keep finding things first, because there's different loot in every system too, and the Brick Breakers have great loot. So do the Remnants, though they're a little bit harder. The domain sectors do not have great loot, unfortunately. So when you start seeing domain stuff, it's can be a bit of a bummer because the domain does not have great loot. It has great standards. It can keep you out there forever because it has a lot of fuel and a lot of supplies, but that's about all. Okay, this is promising. Fucking hell. I was just talking about the domain not having very much loot, and here we go. We have a domain. Okay, sending our troops out, deploy. However, it does mean that we should be able to make a profit on most things that we do here. So, as usual, our fighters go free from our carrier. And our force is about to jump into death, I'm sure. You always jump into things. Maybe not. Maybe they're coming so close you don't need to. Now, these are the main ships. So they are basically the ships of the original Empire. They are AI controlled, like the Remnant. However, unlike the Remnant, who are made by the Tai Xion, these are apparently just original Dominier ships. They do not seem to have shields on them. So they're quite easy to kill, even in large numbers. At least the ones I've found. There might be more out there, but yeah. I'm not sure if we'll be able to take down a Cryo Sleeper's defenders yet. Hopefully we will. I'm thinking this super ship is look at that shit. That was I think we might have a chance. I think that super ship is much better than any other super ship I've ever played with. So yeah, as you see, we didn't really get very much in the way of supplies from a Dominier ship. However, it does mean there is more likely to be other things around here when it comes to more domain stuff. Because when you find one domain probe, you'll often find many. So I think it is still worth doing a loop-de-loop around the whole system, because there could be something really nice. A domain survey ship would be nice. A domain mothership would be best, though I don't think we're going to get that lucky. A cryo sleeper would be good. If we could find a habitable world as well, which isn't really very likely. Okay, nothing of interest looking at this gas giant. So yeah, I think we're just leaving. This system does not seem that interesting. I'll do another. Yeah, nothing. Okay, we're good. And we keep getting paid because we keep killing things. Alright. The other thing about domain era places is they're incredibly, excessively safe. Besides the main ships themselves, which, as I've already said, are pretty damn weak, there's very little else out here, unfortunately. So we won't make much money off the brick breakers, which, you know, fair enough. We've got their home system right next to us, so I'd say that's a good thing. Almost got to have autopilot on my ship, which is bad, because that means it won't fight. But yeah, so it's not the best place in the world out here, but it is a good place for a colony. Which is why they were sending all these domain probes, I suppose. So there we go. It's also pretty good for finding cores. Low-level ones, but you can get a good number of things. Now, what we're looking for right now is something that is fairly high, high-rated, and preferably somewhere where we can make food. Aha! There is a cryo sleeper. Now, as I said before, I do not know if I'm going to have the ability to actually get this. But if we can, it is a perfect starting point for a new colony. Yeah, that is unfortunately not the perfect starting thing for a colony, but still. So, I'm saving, and we'll see if we can take it down. Now, when I played this last, and I only had like 2 or 3 ships, granted they were Legion, so they were a little bit different. I couldn't handle this the first time I found one, so it's very possible we could lose right now. However, I did not have a ship like this that just slams in behind it. That might make a big difference. Yeah, because straight away, its weak spot, the spot behind it is revealed to my ship behind, which means this fight should go very well, I think. Although I gotta say, damn, it's got a lot of countermeasures. It can pretty much. Okay. Where's my other ship? Oh, now you come in. This is worse. Definitely a worse position. In fact, you're about to blow up. So, yep, that's bad. Okay, never mind. I thought we had this, but clearly that ship is a little bit too adventurous. Now, if we can still beat this somehow, we're not going to be able to, but if we could... Yeah, no. Well, damn. I'm pretty sure I just saved, so we should be right. But we cannot take that cryo sleeper just yet. One day we will when we have a few more ships. Basically, the reason we can't take it now is because once I've got 2 ships, it's very hard to get past those massively powerful shields. And as you saw how many things it shot out. Like, the main ship was able to counter most of it, but it just became too overwhelming for its defenses, so yeah. I mean, it makes sense they'd send out something really powerful to defend its cryo sleepers. Because these are real people in these pods. Well, real in the terms of the game. Strangely enough, there doesn't seem to be any penalty for letting them out, though. Even though the game does question if it's a good idea. Okay, so we will have to come back here later, but for now, I think we're right to go to the next planet, which is apparently a white dwarf, which probably should have been a, nope. For some reason, the navigators in this game really love to slam right into the middle of stars. They'll do slight course corrections, but that's about it. That's interesting. This star is so close, it should be in a binary with this star that I was just in, but instead it's with a binary with another star. I guess that's random. Ooh. Well. What do we have here? That's interesting. That's very interesting indeed. Well, this could be it. Ooh, a domain or a survey ship. Okay, so what we've just found now is a continental world, an Earth-class planet, which is fantastic because if it's a good planet, it's an instant one colonized for us. We've got plenty of money. We can say goodbye to. Excuse me, what are you doing? You're gonna say are you fighting? Yes, you are. We could say goodbye to our when we make money. We could say goodbye to our commission, and we can actually start making our own little empire, which is fantastic, fantastic, fantastic news. So let's just speed up this stuff, get the survey ship, do a few surveys, and see what we can do. Okay, nothing great. Still nothing great, and still nothing great. Okay. From survey, nothing. Now, this is what I'm hoping for. Class 5. That's what I want for my first colony. So, at the moment, all we know is it's habitable. We now know it's also got abundant organics, which is fantastic. Bountiful farmland. That's actually pretty great. It could have more mining, but I think this might be the homeland. Unfortunately, we don't really have enough crew to do it right now. So, we will have to go back before we go here proper. But I'd say that's probably far away enough that we can make this our home. So that's fantastic news. We should go back, however, once again to Archeron's domain. We really should just beam with them. But now that we've got that, we will be able to hopefully start building up our colony. So I need to go out and get another 1,000 crew. Hopefully I've got enough people that can fit on my ship. That would be nicest. And we can also use some speed to get there faster. Now, another thing we can do, which is nice, is now we've got this, we can increase industrial supplies by 1, giving us more production from all of our colony stuff. Now, we will want 2 or 3 bases, and we will definitely want to try and work out that thing. Now, one of the changes I made was giving the ability to get more administrators, because I like having big empires. So having more administrators is key. Okay, and having more colony ships. So we're gonna go out there. Oh yeah, hire some people. Often the deal of a lifetime, and hopefully we'll be good. So let's first of all start by selling everything we don't need. Which has increased quite a lot, but what we don't need right now, because right now our main focus is having enough money to build up a colony. So, first of all, we'll take everyone we can. There we go. We'll take some more fuel, and we'll take some more supplies. And we should be good. Alright. So, I think that's enough for what we need right now. I could probably take a few more of these around, because if I want to make multiple colonies, which might be the main goal here, that will help. I could make a outpost out there, but I'd rather just jump straight into colonies. That also probably means I should go back and get my stuff. Because I didn't have much, but I did have an alpha core, and that would be handy to have closer to where I actually want to be. So I was going to fly off to Corvus and get my stuff back. But what's going on there? Salvage fleet neutral. But they also just had a fight. Nebula class. Support destroyer. Not bad. Kind of broken though. Forged gunboat. Excuse me. Looks like they're about to fight too. But I think it's time we just leave. Wait, is he hostile? Oh. That's actually... Wait, Cabal? They said Tai Xia before. Okay. Yeah, no, that's not gonna happen. So, I guess we're fighting. Moving to engage. Oh, I hope I've got the power for this. I don't know, I haven't faced them. I've only faced them like once in my other game. I guess I gotta hope that my quote-unquote super ship is actually a super ship. And again, it depends on how much it flies through the enemy, I suppose. It's almost like a shotgun ship. Like, those bursts that comes at the front, they're like shotgun bursts. And then you got all the missiles on the side. It's sort of also like a shotgun. And it sort of like goes into close range, like a shotgun. Like, it does feel very much like a shotgun ship. So unfortunately, it probably also means it can quite easily blow up, because it is quite dangerous. It's getting quite dangerously close. Now I could give commands to it, but at this point I really don't have enough ships to justify that. So I think I need to trust the AI at this point. This thing is pretty unimposing. It's probably something we can take down pretty quickly because it's not exactly very mobile. There we go. Sorry, I just wasn't expecting the Cabal here. There we go. Slammed into it. Starting to lose its hull integrity. Oh, that slamming ability is actually really powerful. When I get more guns, it'll be really fun to see if I can upgrade this. Was it trying to run? I think it tried to run. It did try to run. Look, you can pursue. Alright, continue ship recovery. None of the ships are really good though, so I think I'm good, actually. They were pretty weak ships, to be honest. So let's just go back to Corvus. And hopefully we won't run into anything more. Alright, so. More flux is always good. Oh, that's a big fleet. Mercantile. Okay, we're fine. Alright, let's go in, turn the transponder on, and hopefully get our Alpha Core and other stuff, unless one of the mods had the ability for that to be stolen. I hope not. There we go. We can get our stuff. Fantastic. We didn't really have very much served there, but still. Also, we can repair our ships, buy more supplies, and sell some of these crappy weapons. Although that's a Vulcan, I should probably keep that. We can also sell them a high-value prisoner, which yes, I could have probably used for some like clout with them, but I'm thinking instead of that, I'll sell them some AI cores. I was gonna say, also decent bounty value, not as good as the other guys, but still need to spread around love. Yeah, see, the independents don't like me very much because I keep stealing their stuff, so yeah, that should help. Alright, so that means we need to go back here. Go back to the continental world. It's not perfect. It could be much better. but it's got a good place for a start with food and some organics, so I'm not going to say no to it. The abundant organics are nice. Once we've got a colony set up proper, things will start to get a lot faster. Now that is probably just a sensor ghost, so they're fine. Ooh, a Dominion probe. Might as well say yes to that. There we go, deploy, and let's go. So you can also watch all combat through this. Now this is a lot better if you want to have a more tactical view. Obviously it's not as pretty as the other view. When you've got a lot of ships though, it can help, because if you see one of your ships is running into trouble, you can give it commands to get out of there or similar. You click on any ship and give it a command to do something. You'd also click on any ship and make it escape if you want to, retreat from combat. So this is a very, very practical view if you're not controlling your own ships. And that's what I like. Like, it doesn't force you to be really good at well, the combat. You can just be a commander rather than a pilot, which makes a lot of sense to me. But for now, we're going to go here. And we are going to establish a colony. We are going to call this place Owl's Nest. And this is now going to become my faction. Alright, now one thing I did download is a bunch of faction flags. I don't know if any of them are any good, but if there's even one containing a bird, I'm happy. There are none containing birds. I am quite unhappy. There's a whale, and there is the bird one I know. There's this one. I usually go with this one because it is a bird, but it also seems kind of like imperial, like, but it's still the only one for bird. So I've only got one choice of bird. So I shall call this the Golden Feather. I do wish I could change the colors of the flags. That would be a nice, easy change they could do, where they make the colors something that will I could change the colors of the logos. That would be quite cool if you could have that. I'd love to change the color of my people in general. I like blue, but like, I feel like I'm sort of typecast. You also get to choose different sorts of things. So instead of the ab, it'll be the owl, OWL, intrepid. The golden feather. So I'm going to call it, instead of the golden feather, I'm going to call it golden feather. We are the golden feather. So we'll use the golden feather. A golden feather courier ship reports heavy fighting. The golden feather are now in control of the Corvus system. There we go. Fantastic. So we don't wish to use any AI cores straight away, and it'll be a few days before this actually comes up and being actually useful. As you can see there, currently it's got 15 days for the spaceport. We're also in the middle of nowhere, which is a bad thing. Now, what we can do is I can actually make improvements to these colonies, which usually I wouldn't necessarily do. And I probably won't this time because it's currently 10 stability anyway. What I will do, however, is start building a industry. Now, I've got two good choices: farming or mining. I'm thinking at the moment though, farming is more practical as it does not have an upkeep and it just produces food, which would be good for everyone else. Because after this, I'm going to go explore. So that's a good thing. First, I also want to build a variable assembler. Very important, and I'll tell you why in a second. We're not going to actually leave this system until I've set that up. Okay? So at the moment, we've got farming and we've got variable assembler coming through, which is fine. There's nothing really else we can do here right now. Our colony is pretty much perfect when it comes to, like, well, what it is. I can put up some ground defenses or whatever for later, and maybe an orbital station might be valuable when we get the spaceport going. For now, we're just going to stay here just for a few days, while we wait for things to get a little bit better. Now, oh yes, I need to heal as well. Repair my ships and dockyard. I was wondering why stuff was going down so fast. It's like, well, that's what happens, unfortunately. In fact, we can even leave some of this stuff behind now. Don't worry, we can get back later if we want to. And we can start storing our weapons. And anything we don't do. Now, one thing you will notice about this, which is a bit of a pain at the moment, yes, is that currently, I don't want to keep those on me, so I will. Currently, we don't have anything which helps us. We don't have anything which helps us sell. Like, we can't actually sell in this system, and that's because we don't have a commerce. Commerce is required to sell to your own base, which is fine, I guess. But we will need to get some commerce at some point as well. But now, though, we've got a pretty good basis here. So I'm just going to wait for 15 days and then for another little bit of time, and we should be fine. Now, one thing you will notice is the second we set this colony, this becomes a colonized system. So, in the sense of everyone else, it is now on the map with a name at all times. Because it is a system that actually has people in it. Just like all these ones over here, which is good. It also means that very shortly we will start to get some more. What's his face is moving in. We'll start to get some more ships. NPCs will start to come in, which is fairly good. Okay? Currently, there's nothing else we can really expand to, except perhaps Dust, which was that system which I said, oh, we'll have to come back here for these two. And we will come back here for these two when I've got a little bit more in the way of setup. At the moment, I'm really going to be minded. There's one more thing I really need to build before I leave. Well, two. I want to build the variable assembler, which is going. And I want to get a waste station going. What a waste station does is allows you to buy fuel and supplies from your own people. It's very useful. Let's just put it that way. So, now that the spaceport is done, you'll notice the access has increased, which is good. We can increase that further by making improvements, which isn't usually required, but here it will be because it's our first colony and it's sort of out there. Ideally, I'd love to get a megaport, but we've got more important things to spend our money on right now, such as this waste station. And of course, a patrol HQ. Both of these will be valuable in different ways. Patrol HQ provides a series of defensive fleets which will fly around the system, taking care of anything bad, and the way station, as I said before, provides supplies and such. You'll also notice now that the spaceport is up and running, we no longer have a lack of goods. Like, everything is actually fine here. We don't have a lack of supplies. That's because we're able to bring it in from off-world, which is fantastic. However, eventually, we want to be able to get it from our own stuff. So for now, we're going to wait the extra 21 days. Actually, no, there's no point in waiting 29 days right now. The variable symbol, everything's been placed, so we can actually keep on exploring. If we find another world, we still have the ability to colonize it. It won't be great, but now that we've got a colony set up, we'll start getting crew out here as well. So we can go and come and go as much as we want. It's really, really good to have this sort of a base out here. Especially in a system that's nice and safe like this one. Oh. Well, I was just talking about a cryo sleeper. Apparently, we have one in this system. Which means that when we get that when we're able to actually be strong enough to beat one of those, we're going to have a great time. Because that increases the amount of population that can go on the planet exponentially. I know there's one next door, but having one directly where you're colonizing is, it's delicious, right? Does not look like there's going to be much in this system. Then again, on the other hand, there's definitely something over there. Don't know what it is, but let's go have a look. Hey, if there's something good out here, I'll be happy for it. So a dust world, nothing on it. The Mania probe, pretty bad. Okay, so there wasn't really anything too special out here. Another good thing is that now we've got those people there, we can actually drop off supplies and drop off stuff we find anytime we wish. So if we find a massive number of consumer goods or metals, we can just drop it back to our base. and eventually sell it when we get a bigger colony going. So that's a fantastic, fantastic change. In a month, we'll be able to start seeing the fruits of our labor, which is... sorry, wrong button. I was meant to use a sustained burn, not a... Alright, it's okay, it's okay. Ooh, this is interesting. We've got a combat freighter right next to Star. Not very good, but still. We're still earning money. Now we're getting some from our colony, and we're also getting some from our thing. I wasn't planning on actually starting a colony this early, so I wasn't actually planning on leaving my commission just yet, but I will be whenever they become an inconvenience to me. I do admit, it is quite nice not having that money coming in. Alright, let's go. So it doesn't look like there's going to be very much in this system. There's 3 fairly boring worlds. And not much else. Now, one thing that will happen, and something we need to watch out about, is you'll notice on the side, there's been a stream of stuff happening, including things like invasions, rebellions, and all sorts of other things. Now, rebellions generally only seem to happen very rarely, at least from what I can tell. Maybe it's because of the mod combination I have, but basically, rebellions will only happen when something has taken over someone else's star system. And until that rebellion is quashed, it'll become difficult for them. Okay. Looks like this system has something out here. But I would just love some form of ship. But unfortunately, we may need to go further back into the core to get more stuff like that. I would also really love to find something else that we can colonize besides that one world. Yes, we've got the industrial world next door, and yes, that's probably where I'm going to go next. That would be nice, right? To have a little bit of something else different. Especially, then again, I did just say how I was like, oh, I've never colonized one of these. I'm always too far away. And now I get the best of both worlds. So I'm definitely not complaining right now. Alright, here we go. Looks like there is something near the star, so we'll have a look at what it is. A Wolf-class frigate, probably not worth going towards. In fact, there's nothing else really here, so these systems are quite empty, I'm noticing. Anyway, so as I was saying, all this stuff on the side is all these different world events that are happening. It's not really important to most of what you're doing unless you're really following a commission line and you're doing everything like with your commission. Like every time your commission goes to war, you go to war, sort of thing. And that can be very bad, especially if you've got a colony to protect. So that's why we may want to leave the Vic eventually. Preferably after they end all their current wars. But at the moment, at the very start of the game, there should not be much in the way of risk. So we should be okay right now. And with our 2 atlases, we're pretty good just staying out here for as long as we want to, really. Oh, now this is good. Psychoactive fungus, which means this is actually a way that we can produce drugs. Might not sound bad, but, you know, that's actually a decent thing in this world. It's also got plentiful organics, which granted is something we're already producing, and a little bit of ore. So this will be a good mining world, but also it'll be a good world to get some drugs from. So this is actually a world I might even consider just colonizing straight up the bat and just having a second colony. I could do that, so I think I will. I'm going to call this planet Dune because, for obvious reasons, it's an arid world and it's got drugs on it. There's really not much more I could call it, right? It's Dune. Now, this does mean that, of course, we want to get a variable assembler up here pretty smart, quick smart. And we also will want to build up ground defenses or an industry, sorry. So I think mining is the best first industry here. And eventually we can move into something else more interesting. So there we go. Not going to be perfect until this is done, but we've still got time to explore the rest of the system. I'm surprised to find class 5 in this system. That was a very big surprise. In fact, let's leave some stuff behind. Now, also, at the moment, we can't do combat very well because, as you can see, we're quite low on people. So we will need to head back to our other colony and hopefully pick up some more colonists. So if we do find any battles, we may want to avoid them. I say, before flying directly into something which couldn't contain battles. Yes, yes, well, it's probably fine. Another cryo sleeper. Holy hell. This is rare. Like, usually there are a lot of them in the mod that increases the size of the sector for obvious reasons. But, yeah, it's not usually one in every system you wish to colonize. That's some great luck. Obviously, once again, they're pretty useless to me at this very moment because I'm not strong enough to actually take down the defenders. I need a couple more ships first, and I haven't had very much luck when it comes to sealing them. So I might want to try and actually buy some, which isn't what I wanted to do, but you never know. I want to make it a little bit difficult for myself, but yeah, not really. Alright, so hopefully, yep, these guys have crew for me. So we're good. So this is what I meant before by the fact that these colonies will slowly start to provide you with more stuff, including in this variable assembler. So now I can get to produce heavy machinery, domestic goods, or conflict packages. The most useful one right now is probably heavy machinery, just because it is something I actively use. However, I'm going to conflict package, because not only will that make it easier to defend this base, but it will also allow me to have something to sell when I go back to the rest of the world. Now, I also noticed there is something over here in the clouds, so as it orbits, things go up, and look, there's a neutral prospector. So they're just coming and looking around the system and being like, ooh, this is good, or this is bad, or this is whatever. So we're already starting to get some ships. Now, at the moment, you'll notice it's a very small ship. It's got a lot of problems, and that's because this colony is very small and has a lot of problems. So it's currently only producing ships that are 70% fleet size, and that's honestly lucky, you know? So, there. Wait, tax records? Oh. What? I've never done this before. Seems like you would do for a tax refund. Isn't it nice when you fill out taxes on time? Didn't know we had taxes. What you owe from your sudden source of income is a refund from declared market transactions. I guess sudden source of income might be the fact I got a bunch of free stuff at the start of the game. So, yeah. The next 90 days, I clear your financial responsibilities and obligations as a citizen of the domain. Be a good little taxpayer, will you? Your relation to the hegemony is already well established and unaffected. There's from Iron Shell and the 4th Kakabran. Okay, I've never done that before, so I feel kind of bad that I'm okay. I've never done tax before. Maybe that's because I'm in a part of a commission. Maybe that's it. I don't know. Alright, well, let's just wait around for a little bit longer. Actually, Dune has now finished its variable assembler. So that's good. We don't actually need to wait around that much at all. We also got the crew, so we should be able to keep on moving, I think. Yeah, we're good. Now, the crew I get from here isn't free, unfortunately. I do have to pay for it at the end of the month. So at the end of the month, my value will go down. However, anything that gets produced by a VPC will be sent into my storage. So that's a good thing. All right, let's go to Dune. Should be good. The more colonies we make, the more awesomely packed this system will become. There are many ways of playing this game beyond the way I'm playing it as well. So just because you're watching this playthrough doesn't mean you don't want to necessarily play it yourself. You know, there's a lot of cool stuff here, and there's always mods going out. This game's been in production for a very, very long time. Oh, I thought the VPC was done. Oh well. Don't really need a way station here as well. I've got one over there, so I guess for now I could wait for the VPC. Might be for the best, because I'm about to go on a bit of an adventure, and if I don't wait for the VPC, it'll be wasted months. So technically it's wasted months anyway, but you know. I do wonder how often I need to do my taxes though. Ah, Jenkins. What can you do? Yeah, let's just hire him. Okay, so probably don't really need him yet, but it'll do. Okay, in fact, it looks like I have a second administrator I must have found from somewhere else. Who I'm paying anyway, so I might as well put that on Owl's Nest. You'll also notice I can also use the Alpha Core. And I will do that eventually, but for now I'm pretty happy just having people there. Now Dune isn't currently profitable. It will be once I set up basic infrastructure and more people move in. So we just got to wait a little bit of time and then Dune will become profitable too. At the moment though, I'm still making money. As you can see, not hand over fist, but I am making it. You also see heavy armaments and marines, 11 and 28, have been sent into my colony. So that's from the VPC. 11 more days until I can set one up here. And we should be good. The VPCs are added by a mod as well. Funny that. But it's such a good mod. When I was playing the base game, I always found myself still incredibly poor, even when I got my stuff. And I was like, this is crazy. I have no way of actually benefiting from my colonies. And it made no sense for me. Like, why can't I get something from my colonies that I've made? I get money, sure, but that's not enough to pay for all of my supplies and my fuel. So what the VPC says is, okay, these are personal production. They're going straight into your pocket. You're paying a little bit of money to the colony, but it's not nearly as much as what you pay for actually, doing it. Oh, shit. I left my VPC at the other planet. Well, that was a massive waste of time. I'm just going to keep on exploring. I didn't have anything great there anyway. I just had the machinery and the other one. I want to find... There's one that is supplies and fuel. If I could find the supplies and fuel one, I'd be very, very happy with myself. Okay. That's interesting, isn't it? So, two probes right next to each other, two identical planets. One has a colony on it, or an ex-colony, and one does not. So this one could end up being very good. Nah, class 2. Although, extensive ruins is not a bad thing. And another alpha core, and a bunch of organics. Never mind. This is a fantastic place, and I won't let you or anyone else say otherwise. Holy hell. Okay, automated defenses. Don't worry. My fleet is back up to full strength because I did drop Fry and get some more crew. So everything's good. This should not take too long, though I must admit it is a much larger fleet than we've been facing normally. Without the shields, though, they're really weak. Like, they will just pop without the shields. And their weapons aren't even strong enough to get really put through my armor, let alone even making me turn on my shields by the looks of it. Actually, wait, I don't think I turned on autopilot, did I? Yeah, so that was just my ship just doing its own thing, and not even properly. Okay, so yeah, no problems whatsoever. Bunch more cores, always a good thing. Now, I will eventually be using cores on my colonies, and you'll see why when I start doing it. But at the moment I don't want to, because the hegemony and a couple of the church factions really do not appreciate you using AI cores. Some silly reason about, the fact that they completely... Another one, god damn it. That they almost completely annihilated everything, Like the fact that humanity was almost killed by AI. Yeah, just some stupid reason, doesn't make any sense. I just like engineering. Here we go. There is something very important in one of the other runs, though. Domania probe. Sometimes you can't get too close to a star because obvious reasons, which is why you have to use the emergency thruster to get there. It's not always worth it, and it does mean you will have to do repairs, but you know, if there's something in the star, I'll generally try and get it if possible. In fact, there's something else there. Another Dominier probe. I don't know if the Dominier probe is really worth going for, but I guess it technically is. If it's got a gamma core, huh? All right. Now, interesting enough, this arid, lifeless world, as bad as it sounds, actually can sometimes be worth colonizing. I don't entirely understand why, but they're sometimes actually good planets. They're habitable. This one's got a few problems with it, but we can deal with that. Oh, actually, that's a really good planet. Not for right now, but very soon that will be definitely a good one to colonize. Ooh, that's also quite cool. It makes edicts useful. Edicts, things you can get up through. Wow, this is a surprise. That's a fantastic planet. So yeah, edicts are things which you can do to like increase certain aspects of your colony. By default, you can only apply them to one colony at a time. However, with this, it does allow you to apply them to lots of colonies. And because I'm planning on having all my colonies together, because you know Empire, it's actually a very valuable thing to have. Not right this very second, but in future. Because at the moment, I've only got these 2 planets, and I will be getting more. So let's keep going. And if I find a VPC, I've got to turn back around and use it, essentially. I'm also running rather low on space. I might want to throw out these metals and make sure I'm considering using the biorefinery. Yes, I could just go back, but at this point, there's not very much point in doing so. Alright. As you'll see, there's no warning signs out here, so it basically means that everything's safe, which is really odd to me. I guess it's because it's not really... Yeah, I think eventually the mod I'm using to make things bigger won't be required. At the moment, it's only required because the maps are really quite small. Hey, another cryo sleeper. Holy shit. Got enough cryo sleepers, guys? So, at the moment, what's happening is they don't really have very much in the way of endgame content. They've started to add some officially, such as the hyper shunt thing, but you can't really build it unless you have a mod, so you can only like use one that exists already, which sort of limits the amount of value to them. However, they are pretty cool. And they've added up the campaign recently as well, which has some pretty cool late game things you can do, like, I won't spoil them, but there's some cool things you can get done later on. Now, the big thing is, there's currently only 2 map sizes, and one's small, one's tiny, and one's small. So they're all pretty damn small, which leads me to believe they're planning on making more, which could mean we could see some more additional types of out there worlds. Like ideally, in these past these domain sectors, I want these domain sectors to be the second furthest out place. Like these are places where we clearly want to go but didn't end up going before the fall of everything, essentially. However, what I'd like to see is maybe some aliens. I think that could be cool. Ooh, that's also pretty damn good. Needs more resources though. I'm probably not going to colonize it yet. If it had more resources, it would have been perfect. I'm always going to get all these supplies. I quite appreciate them. Also, let's do another scan if I can. Yeah, no, nothing I didn't know about. So this is definitely a place we will eventually colonize, but at the moment, it's good. I'm good. I'm good, basically. Now, there are a few special stars you probably notice around, like these black holes. No, they're not as terrifying as they sound. Anyway, I'd like to see past the domain space, maybe some aliens. Because it makes sense it wouldn't be aliens in our space, but like, I'd love to see some aliens or some other races that like they could invade at the late game and could discover you. Like the second you discover them, maybe they start to think about attacking you. Like I think that would be cool. But whatever it goes in with their vision for the game, I don't know. And obviously their vision comes first. Point is, I would like something else out here besides nothing but these silly things. Let's drop the tactical map and have a look at this combat. It should be quite fun to watch. It is very impressive to watch. Peak active performance, remaining time. Interesting. So obviously that's time before I start running out of ammo and stuff, which does happen, unfortunately. Alright, looks like we're done. Oh, there's still more up there. Okay. And down there. It won't take much longer, though. We've definitely got them on the run. Alright, there we go. Nice pick for the wreckage. Something valuable. Oh! We got another officer. Or another level up to an officer. Can't tell which. Doesn't really matter. We've only got like 2 ships currently, so... I do feel like maybe the whole officer thing is a bit much. We really need to find more ships, which means we really need to go further back in soon. Like, usually I'd have like double or triple ships right now. That being said, I'm still making some profit here, and as long as they're not going to attack my empire, I can probably get away with a small fleet. Worst comes worst, I can always run out there and grab something else. Yeah, there won't be many salvageable ships out here in domain space, the main probe space. This is a sector of the known universe. Now, still not going near those high beacons yet, so I guess just circle around and go this way. And still try and do an outward spiral from my base, because right now I do want to get more things in play. That's pretty good. Makes me go faster, which is very important. Alright. Sounds good to me. The good thing about being this close, though, to like, beacons, is that does mean there's more stuff around. Like, more possible areas of fleets, more interesting things for us to find. Like, it's good that we're so close to the middle. Like, we got a bunch of places which might have planets, and then we got a bunch of places which might have ships. So, we're doing pretty well, really. Ugh, that one was boring. Alright, the way station has now been started construction at Owl's Nest, so by the time we get back, we should be able to refill our supplies and food there quite easily. However, as you can see, our ships really don't use that much currently, so which is weird. I'm usually used to having such a much larger fleet to the point where I often starve myself. Like, honestly, this fleet, as bad as it is probably also just what the doctor ordered. But I do need a bigger fleet so I can get those cryo sleepers up and running. Now, first of all, there's very rarely anything useful in here in black hole systems. Nebulas can be useful, but you need a really rare item to really make the most of them. Also, wait, I only saw like 4 planets. Why did that seem like there was a lot more? No, good. It's not. It's only 4 planets. So, maybe I'm just blind. Probably am. That's okay. Azura worlds sound really cool. Like, they sound like they should be something of wild interest, but they're really not. And don't worry, you can literally fly into the black hole, and the most you'll get problems is being stuck there to use your emergency drain. It doesn't kill you, it doesn't stuck you in, it's not an instant game over state, it just is. One thing you will notice though, in planets like this and nebulas, every planet will be dark and very, very cold. Cold can be very, very good. Dark, less so. Now ideally, we want to find a cold planet that, well, you'll see. I will explain that later. There is much more that we can do in this mod to become crazy powerful, and a lot more bigger ships than what we currently got. Honestly, this fleet is tiny right now. Good thing is though, at the moment we're making money. And that does mean that everything's going our way. As long as no one tries to attack us. I just say before I go in there, there's no warning sign, so it's probably likely just to be pirates or something, but still, it's rare we see hostile anything out here. Holy shit, that's a lot of pirates. I mean, I've saved. If I can reclaim that battlecruiser, I'd be very happy, but no. Unfortunately, I think I'm going to use a story point. Basically, this allows me to get out because I'm the main character. That's literally what it does. I might want to go back there, though. That battle carrier looks pretty damn good for a pirate ship. If it was one fleet, I would have tried. If it was 3, it's really not worth it. It's very rare there are pirates out that far, though, so... Lots of gamma cores. Always happy. Alright, let's see what happens. Yeah, that stupidly long ship really isn't as long as I thought it was. It just isn't very chunky. In some ways, it's probably just good because of that. Now, I assume these are AI ships. I'd hate to think I was just taking down, like, poor humans who were following orders and didn't know what the hell was going on. Okay. It'd be very odd that they weren't going after the other people, but okay. I won't judge the AI. Hard. Oh damn, that ship's got some ability to move. And it's a damn pretty ship. I think it might even be a brick breaker ship. It has a similar style. I just want to take a closer look at what this ship even is. Alright, keep going. Next system. Which might be a bigger one by the looks of it. Not by much, but... Okay, 2 arid and lifeless worlds. I'd be very surprised if there wasn't a good colonization candidate in this world. Strangely enough, those arid and lifeless worlds end up actually being quite good for colonizing sometimes. Yeah, perfect place for colonization, it says. Class 4, ultra rich and moderate. Pretty good. Not really great for me right now, but something for a future expansion, definitely. What we really need to, another reason we need to increase our fleet size is that if we get attacked, we're kind of screwed. And taking it back will be a pain. Okay, this is good, actually. Crashed orbital terraforming drone is very nice. It doesn't have really great resources, though. That's a big problem. I'm finding a bunch of really quite okay places, but they're not great. Both of those planets will be able to be colonized fairly much in short order. But, you know, it's still a while off, basically, is what I'm getting at. Oh, wow. Wow, this is a big system. Is it a trinary? No, it's just a massive system. Holy hell, it was not... Also, Tundra World, Ice Giant. Okay, it's a blue, but nothing great. Still, very interesting. Although, that's a class 4. Not a bad planet. That would be another thing I'd probably colonize eventually when I had some supplies. So yeah, that's quite good. Another relatively big fleet of domain era ships. Alright, we're almost done. Fantastic. See, this ship is a really nice support ship because, like, these fighters it sends out, but it doesn't really do much else. This is definitely the MVP when it comes to the actual destruction of ships. That's why I really need another ship. I need to go back at some point, maybe sell off all these gamma cores, and use it to buy a ship. As much as I don't want to buy a ship, I do feel like it might be the best option we have. And by we, I mean me. Alright. Yep, cool. Keep salvaging. There's also some other interesting looking planets over here. Cryovolcanic are interesting. Like, they can have good stuff on them, but they're very rarely, they're never habitable. And they're interesting. Wait, what? Oops, fleet's over cargo capacity. You gotta watch out for that. If it happens, throw out all your metals. And looks like it's also over fuel capacity as well. So that's fantastic, actually. Let's throw out some fuel. One problem with being all the way out here is that you get so much loot and not enough fights that things just end very quickly. They just keep moving, keep moving. Ooh, this could actually have ruins on it. It does! Okay, I don't think either of these people are good. I might send to the Kadura Remnant. Okay, that's fine. So, they didn't hate, neither of them hated me, so it was a fairly positive thing. Also, very nice. Alright, well that was surprising, to say the least. Alright, character. Let's see, so. Flux by energy weapons. Target accuracy by auto-firing weapons. That sounds perfect for me, yes. Detection at range. Oh, I gotta get that one. I always love increasing my sensor range because, well, you can see I do a lot of these. Well, There we go. Fantastic. I think I actually picked that up. That's okay. I'm sort of running low on space. Volcanic worlds, rarely good, but they do sometimes have good good minerals. Gas giants, rarely good, but they often have volatiles. The problem is at the moment they're very expensive, so I'm not going to go into them too much. Now, there is something very special that O classes can have. And I'm hoping that's actually a really good planet. Not now, I don't have enough things for it, but there's something very special that O classes can have. But if we find one, it's very unlikely we're actually going to be able to do anything with it just yet. So, thankfully, we have not found one just yet. It will be nice one day. In fact, this might be something I can think about coming back to when I do finally have the thing I'm not telling you what it is about. Alright, another colony. Yeah, this is a really bad world. Survey ship. Survey ships often have more stuff in them than the other stuff. Ooh, this one even has an atmospheric mineralizer, which is another. What's his face? Terraforming item, which is exactly what we need right now. Alright. Shit, there's more fuel in that secondary thing. Okay, let's take the fuel out again. Talk about a waste of time and fuel. Oh well, that's what we get for being this far out. It's like I can go in and out all the time. That would be very awkward. I think I might keep doing a circle around. It's probably the best option. There's something else I really wish we had access to. Oh, I do actually. Don't know why I've got access to it. I thought that came later, but I guess a mod changed it to make it come earlier. Transfer shop is fun. It wastes a bit of supplies, but frankly I've got plenty of those right now, and it damages your ships a little bit, but it gets you back out into the main world just on time. In fact, we've probably got enough supplies that I can start just surveying gas giants, even though they're not really worth it. At least then I'll know when there's volatiles around. Gas, Baron, gas, okay. Don't even see the second gas giant, but fair enough. And another thing I want to do is when I cross the star, do a survey, which you never know what will be around. That's class 3, nothing bad. I don't see the other gas giant I was talking about. I guess I misread there being 2, because I can't see anything else here. Gas giants are pretty sizable, so it's hard to miss them. In fact, as much as I wasn't going to go over these two, I might as well go to this little cluster over here. They seem pretty damn close. And they're probably going to be multi-stars, so I'm guessing this might be a trinary system. No, surprisingly a binary system, but like, not the binary system you'd be expecting. Weird. We got a bunch of interesting worlds here too. Nothing really special. What I really want is a water world, as you'll see in a bit as to why. Let's use this. There we go. And go around quickly. There we go. Plentiful volatiles. Now that is good. It's not great though. There's definitely some other things you can get which make gas giants better. But it's good to know there are some plentiful alloys around, plentiful volatiles around. They are very, very valuable, and we will need a lot of them later. For fuel, among other things. Yeesh, this system has a lot of stars on it. A lot of planets in it, sorry. Now, sometimes they can put things in the middle of these two stars, and it's really annoying when the random generation does that. It's very hard sometimes to get in between two stars. Once it happened in between a regular star and a neutron star. Yes, you don't want to see a neutron star. They're quite terrifying. But it was very hard because the neutron star's gravity made it so you couldn't really get like anywhere near it. It was impossible to do much, actually. Oh, what? Something to the north. Another planet I missed? It is a planet I missed. How did I miss you? Oh, I'm glad I looked at the ping, huh? It is very much here, yes. Crappy planet. Fair enough. Oh well, let's go. It's fairly far away too. Let's use a hyperwarp. Probably not the best time to use it, as I said, but it still cut my journey pretty much in half. Ooh, this one even looks like it has ruins. It does. Widespread ruins. Which is weird, because who would actually want to do that? Ooh, apex hulls. And nav relay. I mean, I'm not going to say no to this. Yeah. Yeah. Wait, there's still one unsurveyed? Oh. You know what? That one can probably just wait. It's fine. So, I got plenty of supplies. Let's just go. An arid world could be interesting, probably not. Oh, a couple of Dominion probes. Right. Oh, interesting. Class 5. Due to its crash terraforming world. It's got abundant rare orders, was it? It's still probably not worth terraforming right now, but it is quite cool. So I will probably colonize you one day. Alright, I want to work back around and get close to my base because I want to keep all my colonies as close as possible. Over fuel supply, but not using too much extra. Remnant. What are you doing all the way out here? That's odd. Not sure I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm gonna need to drop off the fuel. I don't have enough. Don't have enough space. And of course, this will also fill back up my fuel, so there we go. Wow, there's literally nothing here. There's a lot of empty planets. Another reason why I really wish they'd do the mods would increase the variety in what you can find out here. Like, the Brick Breakers did well. The Brick Breakers basically do add things which can be found when you're exploring. I'd love to see that, but for somewhere further out. Ooh. Ooh, nice. And another thing. Yeah, that was a surprising boon for a system that's basically empty. I'd really love to find another really nice world. Like a really just beautiful world, you know? I doubt I'll find it here because it doesn't look like there's anything here. There is something, surprisingly. This is a really big place for not having any other things of interest. I just realized I did not have the ship on the ability to fight, which means it almost got destroyed, and probably still will. I was like, that's weird. Why isn't anything happening? Why is it not dying? Because I didn't actually have my ship properly fighting, which means it could die at any second. It could get slightly tapped and it'll get destroyed. Which should show you again how weak these things are. There we go. Went poorly. I probably should have been paying more attention to whether I was shooting at the right thing. That's okay. Everything is fine. We probably do need to go back to base soon anyway. So, we're working up there. We shouldn't run into anything too bad. We'll just go boop, 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 and right up into our colony. Wait a second. Sorry, I just saw that and I had to pick it up, even though it's probably not worth very much. See if anyone else do another scan out here. Okay, nothing. Let's go. Alright, let's go. Next system, though I gotta say, it's actually a lot more empty out here than I was expecting. I found a few really good good things, and then it's nothing else. Oh well. Ooh, this could be interesting. Okay, okay. Cryovolcanic, barren, crypto, and gas giant. This one even looks like it could have. No, that's... Yes, that is scrap, so it's got ruins. Which could also mean that it's actually a good place to colonize. Maybe. You know, honestly, I feel like if you're a space leaving your supplies this far out, I probably just deserve to have them, you know? Ooh, a gas giant with ruins. This could be very good. Extensive ruins. Floating continent. If it just had more volatiles. I mean, it's not bad by any stretch. Even has a hyper shunt tap. That's pretty good. And another VPC. Alright, that's not bad actually. Not going to colonize it just yet. It's still more of a supporting role planet. Alright, that's about it. So let's keep going up. Good thing about leaving for so long is that we do get a fair amount of actual money while we're gone, as long as we're with the commission. Which is one difference I didn't have when I played myself. I think commission almost makes this style of play with this many mods a little bit too easy. Ooh. Now this is interesting, isn't it? A bunch of worlds with ruins. Okay. That's nice. Bunches of things you can mine. Not very good things you can mine, but still. In fact, that's actually really crappy stuff you can mine. But still, you'll mine something there, which is good. A ship sacrificing facility. I'm not going to keep it. I want to see what else is here first. So, shame I couldn't keep it, but I probably should have. I don't know. More ruins. Lovely. I don't think that can actually destroy me, thankfully. A blue giant, which I'm just going to perform a survey on because I can. A bunch of other stuff here too. There's a surprising amount of stuff to be found here. Okay. And even some more more fields of debris. What happened out here? Like, there would have been like a lot of colonized planets here and they just all got destroyed. Like, but we're still in domain space, so... It's an odd one. Oh, there's still more over there. Well, I probably won't be coming back here if I don't, so... Oh, who are you? I don't know what you guys are. They're my transponder, maybe they'll do the same. Prospector. Makes sense, there's a lot of ruins in this world. So... I mean, I'm not in a dangerous space, so it's not like having my transponder on's a bad thing. Wow, there was another system here that was colonized? I'm actually kind of shocked by just how much there is in this one system. That's another thing I'd like to see more of, like actual core worlds like this that just like were left behind and destroyed at the end of all things. Oh, there was something to the star. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. Oh well, guess I gotta go back now. Don't know who those guys are, but as long as they don't bother me. Oh, what I would do for this to be a what's its face world, an Arctic world. If this was an Arctic world, this would be the perfect system. Oh, research station. Now, I can't believe okay, this is odd. This is like regular core world loot, rather than... Wow. Wow. That is a nice research station right there. That is a really nice research station, yes. Researches are great because you can get loot from them twice. Okay. That was a surprise by just how good everything was there. And it's a system in the middle of nowhere, but it's such a good looking system. Damn. Yeah, I get it. I've got too much cargo and too much everything. Sorry, you try being excited for a day. I swear you'll enjoy it. Alright. Every so often, it's also a good idea to check to see if there's any colony threats. Currently, there are none, so we're good. I just can't get over how good that system was in the middle of nowhere. An acid world. What happens if you warp directly into a star? I guess you'd be fine first, but you have to run out really quickly. Well, that was decidedly less interesting. I might just do a little long circle before I go back. Like, I'm still full on everything. Like, why do I need to go back? I don't even have that many terraforming items yet. So, at the moment, really what I'm looking for is more things to colonize. That's all I want in life. So another Class V world that I can be like, yes, this is definitely going to make a core part of my system. Okay. A destroyer. Interesting. It's really odd because I guess I'm going up north enough that it's no longer just domain stuff. It's actual, like, proper loot, which is good. I guess. A little bit of an odd one, but sure, I'm not going to say no. Alpha Zero system. Okay. A debris field right off the bat. And something else over there as well. A super freighter. Is that another... No, what is that? A phase super freighter. I have never seen that freighter before. It's pretty crap in comparison to what I've got, but like... That's a really unique ship. I kind of want to take it just to take it back to base with me. Fortunately, it costs a story point, so... Still, very impressive. I've not seen that sort of freighter before. God. Must be from a mod. In fact, there are some really big freighters that I did add with a mod. And I'd love to find one of them. Because, as you can tell, I like storing stuff. Troop transport, really not worth it. I'm not currently doing any wars, but yep. Alright, let's go. I probably should have went in there. Nope. I'm out. I really should not have went in there, no. Got cyberspace. Okay. Well, that was fun, I guess. Alright, let's see what else we can do. Yes, I think I need auto-firing weapons to be better, yes. I doubt there's going to be anything good in the black hole system, but you never know. Looks like it's got a lot of planets. Hey, I'd love to be proven wrong. Race volatiles. Now, what can be good in these sort of systems are the gas giants. I thought it was a purple planet there for a second. That's another thing, I kind of wish there were more planet types. And there is one Unknown Skies mod that I've installed, which does add additional planet types. But it needs more. It needs some really rare planet types that make you go when you find one. Like the aquatic worlds you can find. Like ones that just make you go, whoa. Alright. Oh, an arsenal station. Well, that's random. That's brick breaker stuff. Usually. Apparently not now. Ooh, demon ring blueprint, moistro cannon, flux capacitor, they're very useful. And a bunch of big ass guns. I shouldn't be surprised by that, because, you know, that's literally the point of an arsenal station, but still. Class 4, extensive ruins, abundant volatiles. Yep, that's it. This is a planet to colonize, yes. In fact, I should call this there we go. Nightwing. Alright, so I have a new colony. Granted, ooh, why have you got that colors? The agent smiles. Hello, Captain. You're looking for just the person I'm looking for. Yeah. Look, if you've been paying close attention to the news, you might have heard the recent political issues on Lim of the Zargon star system. Despite our best efforts, the situation is escalated to the point where armed force might be required. You haven't, at least up to the point of having heard this before. Yes. We might have work for you on the planet for an entrepreneurial party like yourself. I mean, okay, I've got those being made. It doesn't sound like there's anything that stops me from doing it, but there, that sounds good. Now, you could get me a ship. Oh no, you can get me weapons. Ooh. I don't really need weapons. The thing in tachyon lances are quite good. No, it's fine. It's fine. Oh, you're an operative. I definitely need you. Not for right now, but in general, they're very good when you start getting Letic path all over the place. Let's take the crew. Now, we've got some money, so we might as well use it. Domain archaeology would be quite valuable in general, but it's not the best ruin site for it, so I won't do it as the first one. Mining is obviously good, but it won't produce much until we make the planet a little bit better. We can use this to get rid of the high, what's its face? Gravity? It'd be a good idea to get going as well. Obviously a variable assembler. I think a void extraction is probably the way to go for this first one. But I'll also then build a cyclonic regulator. Actually, no, I'll build the end brain first because I've actually already got the item for that. And I'll build the cyclonic regulator later. So, yeah. Alright, well, that's as good as we get. I'm surprised that we found something so good in here. I know I was just saying that, yes, you can sometimes find good gas giants here, but still, I wasn't really expecting to actually find one. Alright, let's go back. That's okay. We're almost back home. And look, we got some scavengers. We still don't have anything else here. That's fine. Okay, so. Alright, all things considered, I need more fuel. More crew, sorry. But everything else going quite well. I don't really need that many crew, no. I just need another, I don't know, 1,000 or so. Yeah. Just enough, really. I can also sell a bunch of these, which is good. Well, not sell, put them back in storage. Okay, that's something I can do. Okay, so we'll throw away these transponics, we'll throw these away, we'll throw those away. Okay, let's just sort. So I can give away anything we don't need. I don't really need any of that stuff right now. They're fine. Everything else looks good. I keep the transplutonics to fine. And storage-wise, I can put away a bunch of these guns. Because you never know when you need guns, right? Another thing I should make sure I do is keep carrying these on me. There we go. Everything's looking good to me. Now, I might actually take this with me, because if I do colonize those planets next door, which I might actually want to do soon, sooner rather than later, to be honest. Yeah, so speaking of, let's see what's on the planet right now. So, we're still only at one industry. We're obviously growing quite slowly. Stability's down a little bit, but everything's going relatively well, which is good, I suppose. I don't really have anything I can install right now. Unfortunately, there really needs to be more items you can install. I'd like that. But yeah, at the moment things are looking alright. Alright, cool. So we now have 3 colonies. And they're all as bad as each other, but that's okay. I am thinking though we'll probably want to go back home, back to the core systems in a bit. I got a lot of survey data to sell, and I've got a lot of what's his face to deal with. Survey data and gamma cores. All right, fair. Dominion or probe again. It's a shame. That means I'm going back high on fuel again. I really should have left some fuel behind on my other planet. In fact, I might even go back and leave some fuel behind. Because while I'm still in domain space, there's really not much point to throwing everything away all the time. Like, I'm right next to myself, so... There's no reason to keep throwing all this fuel out. So let's go back to Escovy and Doom and put the fuel there. Now, I think that's actually going to start it's trying to start a slipstream. I've seen those things start slipstreams before by scaring those larger swarms off. It seems that slipstreams might actually be created by something living in this universe. Well, I mean, so that's implied as slipstreams here, but you know what I mean. Let's set some fuel back. Let's say about 4,000 of it. There you go. Just keep that for now, and variable assembler. This is still the most valuable one for me right now, so yeah. In fact, I might also want to improve the accessibility of this shipyard. Can't really build anything just yet, but that will hopefully help you grow. Alright, let's go. Let's continue on our merry way. We've still got a few things to explore, such as these two blue giants up here. And then we might head back into the core worlds when we're ready for this episode to end. Actually, no, I'll say that's when I'll end it, when I'm ready to head to the core worlds. That's probably a better way to do it. Which will be shortly. Right, so we've got 1 planet, 2 planets. And not much else, though I will want to go near the star for a second here and do a scan. Nothing. We're a little bit... Yeah, I know. I don't know where we'll find it. They seem very random. It seems very odd that these hyper shunt things I'm looking for, they're sort of just found like in the domain probe space. But it's like, well, why would they be there? Wouldn't they be further inwards? I don't know. There's not many of them. Even this mod, in the base game, there's only 1 you can find. In the mod, you can find multiple, but I've only ever found one, like 2 max. Huh. You know a planet has to be really bad to get a class 2 when it comes with a terraforming drone on it. Okay, ooh, some more somethings out there. Another Domania probe. Now, the good thing about putting a bunch of fuel in each of my bases is that if I ever do need fuel, I'll know there's a little bit of free fuel everywhere. So that's what I keep doing. When I get to max fuel, I'll go back to one of my colonies at random, and hopefully we'll start to see a stockpile forming across the sector. Multiple planets, which is good, but yeah. Still a pretty boring looking system. Let's just do a scan your star. No, 3, 3, 3, not 4. Not 4. 3, 3, please. Okay. That's all good. Wow, that is some amazing auroras. Probably because of all the radiation it's reflecting from this gigantic star. So, that's fair. In fact, yeah, there's a lot of pretty crappy blue classes, O classes here. In Solaris, these O classes are like my favorite star to find. In this one, they're just dangerous. They're dangerous. They rarely have anything you can use them for. They're sort of kind of unexciting. there's something else up there. Universal Cruiser. Actually, that looks pretty good. What's its special ability? Supercharges ship's engines by a massive speed boost. Yeah, I don't really think it sounds special enough. It is a very nice ship to randomly come across. I'm very fussy when it comes to ships, if you can't tell. Like, I know I shouldn't just demand the best of the best, but come on. There's something else over there. I'm demanding a probe. Gotcha. I'll get that on the way out. Missed some supplies there by mistake, but that's okay. As you can see, probably I've got plenty. And I don't think there was a gamma core in the stuff I missed. Okay, we'll go to these last 4 planets up here in this little cluster, and then I'll end the episode, and we'll go to the core worlds. There we go, Domania probe. Fantastic. Not fantastic, but you know, it's something I can do, okay? It's fine. Okay, class 1, though. That one almost could be more than that. Meh. Ooh, this looks promising. It's got ruins. Widespread ruins. With a Death Gaze laser and some luxury good VPCs. That is actually very useful, yes. A VPC I don't have is always a VPC that's worth having. Alright, let's go. Autopilot is on. Oh damn, that is a super ship. The thing I found about signing for weaker ship is it always sucked to get rid of my flagship because you put so much effort. Your flagship is meant to be the most powerful ship, but it's not very quickly. So like I actually like it when the flagship is actually something I won't replace. Like this is just going to get upgraded over time. Okay, looking good. Looks like we're almost finished. Oh, damn, that's a good ship. Beautiful. And nice, we've gotten 7 gamma cores. I really should consider lowering the, like, I don't know what I did, if I did that, or if something else did that. Because I definitely did increase the number from, like, 2 to 4. But I didn't think that would make so many multiples. I thought that would just increase the chance. 2 different things. Oh well. Doesn't really matter. They're pretty crappy. And by the time you get to late game, it really doesn't make much difference. It will have a next episode. Because my plan for next episode, after I finish exploring this tiny little cluster, is I want to go back in there. I want to sell a bunch of my gamma cores to a bunch of different things. I probably want to quit my commission. And I want to see if I can get some new fleets going. Well, that's a useless thing. Also, can't help but notice. Ooh, yes, that's good. That's okay. That's great. That's also very useful. I want this one. But anyway, let's just keep going along this line. It's fine. I don't need to be overly dramatically efficient. I play games for fun, and if I'm not having fun, well, what's the point? Alright, nothing here. And one more system. Alright, so we have 2 stars. So starting to 3 planets actually. Yeah, there's 2 planets. There's 3. Okay, and yeah, that's about it. So this should not take too long. Oh wait, there's something here. The Mania probe once again. Now, a lot of these things are dropping quest markers and stuff, but I find unless you find a terraforming rig, they're not that exciting. Like if you're going like this, like yes, this is less efficient, but like it's more efficient in other ways. Like it's less efficient in that you'll spend a lot more time looking at trash, but it's more efficient in that like you won't have to fly around all over the place. Well, that's actually quite good. Hazard rating fixed to 100. But not great. So yeah, pretty sure this is where I'm gonna head back. So we have a small empire brewing. However, my fleet is not going to be enough to help protect it. So my plan is to go back and hopefully find some new ships so I can come back and do a little bit of damage. Also, I would very much like to find some more ships, kill some brick breakers, and do some other things like that. So thank you for joining me though so far on Starsector, this second episode. The third episode will start very quickly soon after, but for you it might be any number of days or a week, so I hope you enjoy it. Enjoy the wait. Check out my other videos. Obviously Mountain of Shame comes out every day, and you know, Subnautica is coming out every Monday. You know, nothing really crazy, but you know, I'm having fun. Anyway, thank you for joining me again, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.